What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we'll talk about Bobby Firmino and a very serious hamstring injury. Jurgen Klopp confirmed today in an interview with Liverpool's official website that Firmino will be out for at least a month, maybe even more. So he won't even be back immediately after this next international break, and we will have a lot of injury updates, injury news in this video, and also various other latest Liverpool news. So if you are excited about this, leave a like, and of course leave down in the comments below, do you think Liverpool now need to go into the January transfer market and buy an attacking player? Because what if Mane and Salah goes out to the Africa Cup of Nations and Firmino won't be back by then, or if he will be back but he suffers another injury, or Jota gets injured. If Jota gets injured during the international break, or Salah or Mane, then Liverpool will be truly in trouble. Yes, Origi and Minamino scored recently in the League Cup and they are ticking along nicely, but what will happen to Liverpool's title challenge if we have to rely on Jota and maybe Origi and Minamino to score goals against very good teams in the Premier League? But first, let's listen to Jurgen Klopp and what exactly he had to say. So Bobby Firmino, it's not good news. He has a serious hamstring injury, really unfortunate. We don't know exactly how long he will be out, but it will not be after the international break directly when he's back. We have to combat that. Meanwhile, Joe Gomez with a calf injury and Curtis Jones will also miss the trip to West Ham, but they should be back after the international break. And Curtis Jones suffered a very unusual injury. It's a completely different story to Firmino, Jurgen Klopp said. He got a finger that scratched the eye in training. He was very unlucky. I had a lot of injuries to players in my managerial career, but that wasn't involved, that didn't happen before. He's on the way back, but we have to see how long exactly he's out for. He will be back after the international break for sure, but in the international break we have to see when he can start doing proper stuff again. And Joe Gomez, hopefully he will be back after the international break as well. It's a similar situation regarding Naby Keita and James Milner. They both have hamstring injuries. We will see. For them, I have hope for after the international break, but I don't know exactly when they will be back. We are assessing that week by week. We have to wait. That's 2 weeks and a few days from now on. So that's what I would really wish for, but I cannot promise that. But that's what we are working on. Thank goodness Fabinho and Thiago came back and both played against Atletico Madrid, because Liverpool would be absolutely screwed if we didn't have Fabinho and Thiago back in contention for the West Ham game. And it's very important you see that. Fabinho was clear, he was not that long out, he can maybe go, and we decided to play him for 60 minutes, and swapping him with Thiago was probably exactly the right thing to do. Now they should both have made a big step ahead, so all good, and they can play against West Ham United. But that's the thing, Liverpool have such a small squad that if we get 2 or 3 injuries in the same positions, for example midfield or attacking injuries, then Liverpool will be in trouble who to select. I really hope that that Firmino will be back soon after the international break, but probably he will miss a good chunk of the Premier League season, 5 or 6 or 7 Premier League games at least that Firmino will miss. And that's not good news, because he was in very good form and he just came back from a smaller injury, so now he suffers a bigger one. A hamstring injury is never good, and you can't properly run with a hamstring injury, so Firmino will lose a lot of match sharpness, match fitness during that time, and we need to get that back very quickly. Jurgen Klopp said, I don't know exactly how long Firmino is out for, but more than 4 weeks. It's a serious injury, but Bobby is a quick healer, so let's see how long exactly he's out for. And this is the exact scenario why Liverpool fans have been crying out for an attacking player signed in the summer transfer window, because we didn't want to end up in a situation where we have to rely on Divock Origi or Minamino. Don't get me wrong, they are decent players, they are good players, but when you are up against Manchester City and Chelsea, who can win 10, 15 games in a row in the Premier League, and they have all kinds of attacking players who can score goals, get goals in the team. Liverpool have around 4 or 5 players who can score regularly. Yes, this season Henderson and Naby Keita has been scoring goals, but if you look at the 90% of the Liverpool games, only the attacking players, so Salah, Mane, Firmino and Jota, scores goals. So you are basically relying on 4 players to score 80-90% of your goals, and when you miss one of them, then that puts a lot of pressure and a lot of strain on the other players, and it may force FSG's hand in January, but last season the owners literally waited until the last day of the winter transfer window to do the bare minimum and sign 2 centre-backs on loan, when Liverpool fans have been trying to get Liverpool to sign a centre-back on January the 1st to help out Jurgen Klopp, and it almost cost us a place in the Champions League this season, and what a shame that would have been, because Liverpool have been amazing in the Champions League this season. But remember, we needed our goalkeeper Alisson to come up with a 95th minute winner to even make it into the Champions League. So we don't want a title challenge to evaporate and go down the drain because of not signing just one attacking player who is good enough to get 5 to 10 goals when he's asked called upon. And yes, Origi and Minamino could maybe do that. They could get between 5 and 10 goals between now and the end of the season when they are called upon, but it's very, very difficult for them as well when you are sitting on the bench and suddenly you are in the team as a substitute or as a starter, and everybody expects you to score goals. Strikers and attacking players usually need rhythm. They need to play week in, week out, and I just don't think Jurgen Klopp trusts Origi or Minamino enough to play them week in, week out. Who else can play up front? Maybe Oxlade-Chamberlain. He played on the wing before, but I don't think he's well suited to that area anymore. And what is further cause for concern is that Michael Edwards, one of the most important staff members at Liverpool, largely responsible for Liverpool's amazing transfers in the past 4 or 5 years, it looks like he will leave his role at Liverpool at the end of the 2021-22 season. And in Germany, the tabloid newspapers have been even saying that he's going to RB Leipzig as their sporting director or head of transfer recruitment in January, and Leipzig CEO had to come out, Minslav his name is, and deny that Edwards is joining Leipzig in January, but he could join them in the summer. And if it's true that Michael Edwards is leaving, that would cause a major change for the transfer operations within Liverpool. Many supporters placing a lot of praise on Michael Edwards, who has worked his way up from the head of performance and analysis at Melwood, and now he's a sporting director. It looks to be he's heading elsewhere, but it will soon become clear how pivotal he has been to this role and whether Liverpool's transfer and on-field successes will continue without him. But it's a big risk that FSG are taking, losing him when he has been so important and so key. But we will find out whether FSG and this model can work even after he's gone. Of course, the biggest loss will be Jurgen Klopp, but let's not even think about that for another 2.5 years. And also there has been a big debate among Liverpool fans that Luis Suarez being booed at Anfield. What do you think about that? Do you think it's justified that some Liverpool fans have been booing Luis Suarez? I think it's a little bit hypocritical by Liverpool fans that we are booing Luis Suarez for the exact behavior that when he was at Liverpool, Liverpool fans loved him for being a shithouse, for being like a player who always winds up the opposition, fans, players, managers, everybody. Luis Suarez is like the classic type of street footballer that actually happens to play professional football. He grew up on the streets of a city in Uruguay, and he's playing exactly like that, even in professional football. And to be honest, I think Luis Suarez deserves a lot of praise from Liverpool fans, because I consider him a Liverpool legend. even though didn't win the Premier League, he didn't win the Champions League with Liverpool, he gave Liverpool fans so much joy and so many amazing seasons. I didn't always agree with his diving and play acting, and of course I didn't agree at all with him biting opponents. So I think Luis Suarez deserves a little bit more respect from Liverpool fans, if I'm being honest. And you can't really blame Suarez leaving Liverpool at the time when he did. Liverpool didn't look like a team who is going to go on and win the Premier League and the Champions League in the next 3 or 4 years. And I think that Suarez is justified leaving Liverpool. He has won 5 La Liga titles, a Champions League with Barcelona. He won actually he won league titles with 2 different clubs, and he also won the Spanish Cup like 4 times. So he has won a lot of trophies since he left Liverpool, and Liverpool have won only a fraction of those trophies. So overall, Luis Suarez, even though it's painful for me to admit, he made the right decision if you just look at his football career to join Barcelona, and also him playing together with Neymar and Messi and all kinds of Barcelona amazing players. He became an even better striker. He had a season where he scored 50 plus goals for Barcelona. So you can't really blame him leaving for Barcelona. Of course you don't like him seeing him trying to get Liverpool players sent off and winding up Liverpool players and winding up Liverpool fans, but he's just a winner. He's a born winner, and he's desperate on the football pitch to make everything his way, to gain just tiny bit advantage, and he is just an absolute winner on the football pitch. So I have a lot of respect and a lot of time for Luis Suarez. And it was good to see that Suarez is still on good terms with Liverpool players like Jordan Henderson. He had an arm around Suarez after the game, and Luis Suarez actually went into the Liverpool club shop and bought all kinds of Liverpool kits, Liverpool home kit, away kit, third kit, and all kinds of Liverpool shirts, because a lot of his family are still Liverpool fans. I'm pretty sure his daughter probably who was born in Liverpool and grew up watching Liverpool from the stadium. I'm sure that she's a big Liverpool fan as well, and Luis Suarez is still in touch with some Liverpool players. And I have a lot of respect for Jordan Henderson, who gave a brilliant interview to GQ magazine, where he actually admitted that during his early days in the Liverpool career, he actually went to Steve Peters, the sport psychologist, to talk about issues, because he has fallen out of love with football, and he faced big challenges at Liverpool. He was even offered by Brendan Rodgers a chance to leave Liverpool and join Fulham. He said, I found talking to Steve Peters really useful. I wasn't in the best of places mentally, and at the time I didn't think I could get any lower, so I had nothing to lose. He didn't judge me, and basically he encouraged me to go back to basics, and that helped me get in a better place mentally. I suppose with everything that had happened, I had fallen out of love with it a little bit, and Steve's help was vital. It wasn't that he had answers for everything. It was a case of having someone to confide in, that I could speak to openly and get things off my chest. And it takes great strength for someone to reach out for help. I don't think it's a sign of weakness, and it should be more accepted in society that somebody who is mentally struggling just reaches out for help, because humans are supposed to live in harmony with each other and not alone with their struggles. So we should help each other, and I think it should be more accepted among footballers as well, that when they have mental struggles, and a lot of footballers have, then it should be accepted that they seek help and get help. And it's wild to imagine how different Liverpool's history would be if Jordan Henderson left for Fulham. Had Jordan Henderson left Fulham, we would have been a different team, sure, and also we would have been without a proper Liverpool legend, because Henderson is now a proper Liverpool legend. He became a Liverpool legend, and it's also testament to Henderson's never say die attitude, and also he probably appreciates what he achieved even more because of those early struggles. And I have huge admiration for Jordan Henderson. I really hope that he gets to retire at Liverpool because I think he deserves it. Also, Alan Shearer admitted that he's a huge fan of Jurgen Klopp, and he said when you look at teams like Liverpool or Manchester City today and how many chances they create, it's difficult not to admire both teams' coaches, Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. But if I had to choose, Alan Shearer said, if I had to choose who I would play for, I would say Jurgen Klopp. He also has a great attitude, and I have always liked him, and Liverpool always play attacking, attracting football. And Shearer would have scored 30 goals every season, at least if he stayed fit for the whole season and played for this Liverpool team, because we could just create so many chances. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain says that he's regaining his rhythm slowly, and there is more to come from him. And I'm sure that if he gets an extended run of games, and that could be the case with so many injuries in midfield, it could benefit Oxlade-Chamberlain, then he could start scoring goals again, because I think he's a great goal scorer who just needs rhythm, because he runs with the ball, he tries with the ball, and you need rhythm to do that. It helps all players, but I think especially me, Oxlade-Chamberlain said, with the way I play, with more game time and games, it becomes a bit more natural, and I don't have to think about these things as much. So now I think it's getting better, but obviously at the minute we have got a few injuries in midfield. Hopefully soon we will have everyone back, and then the competition starts. But as long as I can absolutely be ready, then be able to perform well. If needed, I need to make sure I'm doing that. Games happen, I felt better against Atletico, but I think I definitely can improve even more for sure. And that's really encouraging, and we need a very good Oxlade-Chamberlain between now and the end of the season. We need more goals from midfield, and I think Naby Keita, Henderson and Oxlade-Chamberlain can get combined 10-15 goals for Liverpool from midfield, and that could be absolutely massive between making a difference for Liverpool in the title race and in the quest to win the Champions League. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.